Hey, Mike Callahan here with a quick video of how to rate and reward your employees on a very non-biased scale. So first thing you need to do is determine a point system. In the next slide, I'm going to show you what that's all about. Next thing you need to do is have a CRM system to be able to track it in a very systematic way. The CRM of our choice is Service Autopilot. So the screenshots and the way we do it in this video will actually outline how to do this in Service Autopilot if you're using Service Autopilot. And the third step is actually to have public recognition every week or every month based on this point system. I suggest a gift card and not cash money. Obviously, cash money is probably the least effective way of doing it because you want to do everything on the books and make sure you're running a reputable business. If you end up putting the reward in a bonus in their paycheck, I would suggest not doing that. I think the gift card is the best way of doing this because they physically have to take the gift card, take some time out of their day to either use it to eat lunch or dinner with their friends or family, or actually go to the movies and spend some time. And it's going to be an instant connection that their hard work and doing things right was rewarded when they hand that gift card over to the cashier or the waitress. So I'm going to hop into the next screen here and outline the point system, how we did it. There's many ways of doing it. This is not the right way or the wrong way, but it's a great example of how it can be done. So if we are in Service Autopilot, and I'll show you this in the next shot, every employee when they start is based at 100 points. So first day of work you start, you're at 100 points. Compliments in our company, any compliment that's either called in or mailed in on an invoice is 3 points. It expires after 30 days. Something we're just starting out, so you won't see an example of this in our screenshot, but we're implementing it here starting August 1st, is we do a monthly customer survey. So we know if the customers are happy and we can fix any issues if they are not. So a 5 out of 5 star would be 5 points. 4 out of 4 would be 4, and so on. And that expires every 30 days. Complaints. Attendance issue, we have a 3-strike rule and you're out. So there is no points really applied to that. Basically, if this accumulates 3 times throughout the course of the season, you are terminated. Complaint with no damage is negative 5 points, expires in 30 days. A complaint with less than $20 of damage is negative 5 points, and that expires in 60 days. A complaint with damage over $20 is a negative 10 points, and that expires in 90 days. And a complaint over $100 is negative 20 points and expires every 120 days. We basically have a rule in our employee handbook that any employee that gets to 80 points or lower is up for review, and if they get to 70 points, it's grounds for immediate termination, no questions asked. Being late for work is negative 5 points in conjunction with that attendance issue, and that expires after 30 days. Not cleaning out the truck or trailer is negative 5 points, that's 30 days. And not clocking in, whether it's the mobile or if you're using hard time cards, we use the mobiles mostly on most of our crews. So if they forget to clock in and click out of the mobile, it's a negative 5 points, and that expires after 30 days. So I'm going to go into Service Autopilot, our CRM of choice here, and show you how we do this. So the first thing you want to do is go to Scheduling, click on Employees. The screen that's going to come up is this right here. You need to have an employee in the system before you can add or subtract compliments and complaints. So click on Employee or Add Employee here in the upper right-hand corner. This is going to come up where you can add their first name, all their information, their employment status, payroll, user settings, and their mobile settings. I'm not going to go into the details of setting up an employee, but the takeaway here is they need to be entered as an employee to be able to track them. So if we go into basically the test subject we use is my employee file here. First thing you're going to notice is the rating right here is 100. Obviously, being the company owner, I haven't had any positive or negatives added because we don't track my rating. But it actually may be interesting to do something like that for myself as well as everybody else, just to keep an even playing field. But that every time you add or subtract points, that rating until it expires will affect that rating. So as you come in day 1, you're at 100 points. You scroll down, the section here is compliments and complaints. So if we go under compliments, and now we're actually in complaints, you hit add a complaint. Once you've already built them into the system, they will be added right here. Most of the ones we talked about are here. To add a new compliment or complaint, just hit the plus button. I believe in Service Autopilot, this is the only place to actually set these up. I may be wrong, but this is the only place that, to my knowledge right now, that you can add a compliment or complaint. So you're going to hit the plus. Like I said, everything here is at 100 points from the get-go. So we're going to do test complaint, and we'll click the complaint radio button. So you're going to click the radio button for compliment or complaint. Rating for points here, we'll just say this is a negative 15 points, and the expiration on it would be 20. So you're going to write the description of the compliment or complaint. If it's a compliment, you click this. Complaint, you click this. How many points? If it's positive or negative points, in the days it expires. So if there's no other issues under this thing here, 20 days later, those negative 15 points disappear. And then you just hit Save Note, and that will be on the drop-down menu. So hopefully that's clear. If you have any questions, let me know. But you hit that plus button, type it in, all the information here, and hit Save Note. Once that's in there, you go into Note Type, and everything's right here pre-populated. So we had a damage less than $20. We'd click on it. Rating points here would come up, and it would expire after 60 days. If we go into compliments, same exact thing. Just add a compliment, drop-down menu, compliment, rating plus 5 points. So the next thing I want to show you is if we actually go into the employee dashboard to an employee that has some compliments and complaints, so you can actually see what that looks like when you're actually going in there to rate your employees and give them instant feedback. I would suggest either daily or at least weekly to print out the compliments and complaints for each employee. It's something a production manager can do once you're at that scale, and give them instant feedback if there are issues so they know exactly what's going on. Let's see if we can fresh this up here. It looks like we're hanging up here for a second. So I'm going to go back into, looks like my internet's running slow for some reason. Log back in to Service Autopilot. And now that we're here, every once in a while too, you may want to refresh your browser and clean it out. So if you are on a Mac, it's Command R, and if you're on a PC, Control plus F5. So every once in a while, if you've got a lot of things in your browser, different cookies, or things in your cache, that will happen. And I've been working on this continually for the last few months, probably haven't done that. So if the system is running slow in Service Autopilot, that's a great way of refreshing it. So you're scheduling, employees, and it clicks right in there. So we're going to go into one of the employees here that has some compliments and complaints. So we're going to refresh this up. He's at a 98-point rating, and we can go in and take a look. So any of the compliments here in the time frame above. So if you want to search forward or behind, just hit apply with the time frame that you want, and that'll work. But for this example, it's already up. So he's got all these compliments, and then we can go to complaints. He has one complaint. So it was a complaint with no damage, negative 5 points. So the process that we use is we actually just hit Control P. We print out the compliments and the complaints from the screen. Now they've got instant feedback, and we know what property they occurred on and where the compliment or complaint came from. So if you have any questions, let me know, but this is how we handle a very unbiased way of rating our employees and rewarding them. So the people that are doing their job are getting rewarded, and the people that are causing damage or not showing up on time are getting instant feedback so we can correct the problem before we have to actually terminate them. So Mike Callahan, again, this is done in Service Autopilot. If you have any questions, let me know. But it's something we were struggling with a while back. How do we have a non-biased way to rate all our employees and crews against each other and have some consequences? So if it's a major issue like this complaint for damage over $100 versus a complaint with no damage, we want a different level of points to go against each crew or individual. So this is how we do it internally in our company. If you have any questions, leave them below, and talk to you soon.